The Dynamic Spider-Man Plus. When we last left Peter Parker, he was given his first full reporter assignment by J. Jonah Jameson for the Daily Bugle. So he's sent to interview a survivor of the attack on the Sinful Corporation building. We have the shot here of him coming. I just thought, the Red Cross kind of seemed like a universal thing you could quickly pick up to say, oh, that's a hospital, because, I see the cross. And of course, I balanced it here. Once he comes in the room, you can see that I play with the balance of it. But he gets inside the room, and this is the survivor of the attack. And, he introduces himself, and she begins to tell the story. She says, I couldn't tell anyone else, so she begins to tell him what she saw that day. So she says Park Patrol, and it's not strange to see the big trucks around Sinful. We know they do some kind of high-level research in there. So, okay, it's not crazy that they do drive, trucks in and out of the area. Plus the Sinful building, everyone kind of knows that it's more than just a quote-unquote corporate headquarters, that maybe somewhere in there they're doing some real lab work, which obviously we kind of already known. But, okay. So, I saw one of ours, very, very police talk, one of ours. And it was using Mayor Rube's special ghost code. So that's the mayor, Robinson Rube, who's having the affair with the evil Victoria Vassar. So he's using, the vehicle's using his code to move through the city. So it allows him to basically go through the city untracked and unseen by most people. That's how he's able to just get around the city. And not everyone knows that he's even capable of doing that. And this truck is using this code, which links this somehow to the mayor, that his quote-unquote vehicle is escorting this truck. So the assumption would be that maybe the mayor is in this truck, might be the, the most obvious assumption. So, out of nervousness or just suspicion, she hops inside and follows in her car. She's kind of heard the rumors about, Sinful taking over the whole city. But she wanted to speak to the driver of the truck. It pulled up. And when she heads over, the back opens up and missiles start firing from the back of the truck. Missiles fly up and they detonate, and that causes the explosion on the Sinful building. So you can imagine earlier in the book, this would have been what caused the first rattle of the building, was probably these missiles detonating somewhere on the side of the building is what caused that first, building to shake, which interrupted the interview of Ben and Victoria Vassar. So this is a great shot that I wasn't sure how I was going to pull this off. The real shot was either you could see like just little bits of the debris coming down from the explosion, or should you like see fragments? It was kind of hard to figure out what view should go in the glasses itself. So I think I just doctored this up and just put the actual, explosion from a different angle, an upward angle of what she would see reflected in, those cop glasses that are super reflective, those mirror type lenses, and as pieces and debris is falling from the side of the building, she runs back to her car trying to get the heck out of there. And whammo, which is what Jameson said, her car is hit with a massive piece of debris, basically splits the car in half right at the nose. And that's the accident that has actually, hurt her critically. And she's talking about how she didn't include any of that in her report. And she hasn't said anything because she realizes with all the stuff going on that she's figured out that the police and the mayor are somehow involved. Like this terrorist attack, somehow the mayor is involved, their own forces. She doesn't know who to trust. So she basically says, hey, you're a reporter. Tell the story of what happened, and can you imagine being Peter Parker and this is the first story you've been given, was just go find something to put on the front page about this downed officer, and then your first interview as a full reporter, she drops this massive bombshell as an eyewitness testimony. This is an incredible moment for Peter Parker where he's got like a real, I'm not even going to call this a scoop, it's a revelation. And of course, she passes away at this moment, telling him that he's got to, do his part and expose this. The doctor and the staff rush in, and it's just, he's got a lot to think about. What now? If you're Peter Parker, what now? This story has just blown open. So that's where we leave the end of book 3. Book 4 is up next. That will probably upload on the Friday. And that's it. The Dynamic Spider-Man Plus 3D page here. If you put on the glasses, this looks real crazy. But that's it. I will see you guys probably tomorrow.